Good morning everyone, welcome to worship on Monday the 27th of April. Hope you've all had a really lovely weekend in the lovely sunshine. It's been beautiful, hasn't it? So I'm going to start off by lighting our candle. Jesus is a light to the world. Shine, Jesus, shine. Now you're not going to be able to see the candle today, but it's down here. And we'll still blow it out at the end. So we're going to start off this morning by singing one of my favourite songs, God's Suit. So I hope you're all up and dancing again. Enjoy.
Every morning when I wake, I get ready, got my armor for the day. I get ready, this way, I know you're with me every step I take. Oh, this way, I know you're with me every step I take. I got the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith, the belt of truth around my waist. When I feel weak, you make me strong, never back down. I got my God suit on. Every battle that I face, I'll be ready when the arrows fly my way. Hold me steady, this way, I know you're with me every step I take. Oh, this way, I know you're with me every step I take. I got the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith, the belt of truth around my waist. When I feel weak, you make me strong, never back down. I got my God suit on. Your saving grace will guard my head. Your righteousness like a bulletproof vest. These good news shoes were made to run, never back down. I got my God suit on, never back down. I got my God suit on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Got my hands in the air and your praise on my lips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every battle I face, my God has won. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Got my hands in the air and your praise on my lips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Never back down. I got my God suit on. This way, I know you're with me every step I take. Oh, this way, I know you're with me every step I take. I got the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith, the belt of truth around my waist. When I feel weak, you make me strong, never back down. I got my God suit on. Your saving grace will guard my head. Your righteousness like a bulletproof vest. These good news shoes were made to run, never back down. I got my God suit on, never back down. I got my God suit on.
Hope you all enjoyed that song as much as I did. So, our theme for worship at the moment is generosity. And it was last Thursday that I started to think about what I was going to talk about this morning for worship. And at 8 o'clock on Thursdays, we're going out and we're clapping for the NHS, as I'm sure that lots of you are as well. And it was whilst we were out the front of our house clapping and talking to neighbours that I had an idea about what I wanted to talk to you about today. So once we'd finished clapping, we started to talk to some of the neighbours, and one of our neighbours came up to us and said, would any of you like some flour? So we sort of asked why, and he said, where I work, I park next to somewhere where there's a bakery, and they had lots of excess flour, so I've got a huge bag of flour. Would anybody like some? So a few of us said, well, yeah, if you're sure. And he said, yeah, it'll only go to waste. So this is what he gave us. Here's a picture. And that just made me think how generosity at the moment is everywhere. And it gave me the idea to think about 3 things that I have received in generosity, 3 things that maybe I've given in generosity, and 3 examples of generosity that we see in our world at the moment. So in terms of generosity to me, I'm going to show you 3 photos now of 3 things that people have given to me and my family which show generosity. Okay, so you've just seen 3 pictures. So the first one is the bag of flour from our neighbour, which we are hoping to use to bake a cake, which we haven't done yet, but we will do. The second picture is, do you recognise it? Do you recognise what type of flower it is? It's another flower, but a different type of flower. It's a sunflower. My sister-in-law has decorated milk cartons with my nephew, and she's planted sunflower seeds in, and she's given sunflower decorated to all of our family. So we're having a little bit of fun as a family with our sun-grown flower competition. So every couple of days we're taking a picture, we're measuring, and we're all sending each other messages to see whose is growing the fastest. And the third photograph that you have seen was a cake, and my mother-in-law has been making cakes for us. She's been making cakes for neighbours, she's been making cakes for elderly people as well that live near her that haven't been able to get out to have treats and things like that. So those are 3 examples of generosity that people have shown us, which I'm really grateful for. It's the small things that make such a difference to our day, to how we feel. We can really give people a lift. So then I started to think about 3 examples of generosity that I've shown other people. So I'm going to show you 3 photos now of 3 things that myself or my family have done to show generosity to other people. Okay, so you've just seen 3 photos, and I expect these photos might be familiar to you. I'm wondering if you and your families have shown this generosity to other people as well. So the first photo that you've seen is a plate of food. We have a friend who is living nearby, and he's on his own, and he's not always able to cook himself dinner. So when we've got enough food to be able to plate up an extra plate of food, we are doing that, and then we are dropping it round to him so that he can have a home cooked meal a couple of times a week. The next photograph is a newspaper. So our neighbours like to read the newspaper daily, and at the moment they're not able to get out to get their newspaper, so each day we are getting a newspaper for them and popping it through the front door for them. The last photo that you've seen is a text saying, "I'm going shopping, would you like anything?" Between myself and a group of friends, we are messaging each other to help out. So if we're going shopping, we might send a message saying, I'm going shopping today. Does anybody need anything? So that we can pick it up and drop it off, and help people out. So those are sort of 3 examples of generosity that we are showing to other people at the moment as well. Lastly, I've been thinking about generosity worldwide. All you have to do is switch on the news and you see so much every day. I'm going to show you 3 photos now of 3 things that have been on the news recently that really strike me as being incredibly generous. Okay, so you've just seen 3 photos and you might recognise them. So the first is the care home staff, and I just think that they are doing an amazing job. Anybody who works in a care home is just doing an amazing job. There are people that are working extra shifts to look after elderly. There are even people that have moved into the care homes in order to be able to look after the residents and ensure that they are as safe and well as they can possibly be. And in terms of generosity, I just think that's incredible. And that's something that's really touched me when I've been watching the news. The next photograph is the NHS staff, and I just have to mention them because I just think that they are amazing. The people that are going to work every day into hospitals to be able to care for people, not just people with coronavirus, but also to care for anybody who is ill, is just incredible. And I've heard lots of stories, as I'm sure you have, of people that again are going above and beyond every day. I know that there are people who work for the NHS who are not seeing their family because they want to be able to make sure they keep their family safe and that they are still able to work. I just think that shows amazing generosity as a person, and that's something that I know lots and lots and lots of people are really, really grateful for. And I have to show you Sir Tom Moore, who has raised over £28 million for the NHS. Now that generosity comes from him, from his determination to be able to raise money for the NHS, but also for the amount of people that have contributed to that is just incredible. And I just think that is absolutely amazing, the generosity of our UK public to be able to support the NHS and to support Tom Moore. And how great that he is now #1 in the charts. So I just think that's a really incredibly heartwarming story. So what would be really lovely now is if you just have a little look at some photographs, some of the photographs from the generosity worship that we've discussed today, and also other photographs where we see generosity, and just have a think for a moment about anybody who's shown you generosity, or any generosity that you've shown to other people. Okay, can you put your hands together? We're going to say a prayer together now. Dear God, thank you to all of those people who are showing generosity in all aspects of life, from the NHS staff who are helping to look after people that are unwell, right through to people who are just helping neighbours out with shopping, who are helping to collect newspapers or essential items. It's just incredible to see the generosity that is being shown at the moment. Please help us to show generosity ourselves to others, and please help us to be grateful for the generosity that we are shown from others too. Amen. So what would be really lovely is if you have any great examples of generosity that you've shown or that others have shown you, just comment on today's worship. I'd really love to read them. Jesus is a light to the world, a light no darkness can put out. Hope you all have a really lovely Monday, and I really look forward to reading your comments on our worship.